Hello, welcome to this update. Wow, we have a lot to talk about here. First of all, we're going to take a look at the GFS model because it's forecasting some snow, and we're talking about a lot of snow here. Early in the season, jackpot total amounts. This is it. So let's take a look at the current surface parameters. So we have a lot of warm air over the USA right now. That's going to be the story the next several weeks. I'm sorry, the next several days. But as you can see, we have some cold air lurking here in Canada. That's key. Keep your eyes on that as we progress in this run, because that cold air is going to be the trigger for a big snow system here in the northern plains. And just take a look. We have a lot of cold air now. This is our 62. This would be October 25th, in 3 days from now. And here we start to see the cold air infiltrate and make its way into the USA, into places like Montana. We see about 32 degrees here in Montana on the 26th of October. And as this cold air interacts with some moisture that's going to be spewing from the Pacific Ocean, that's where we're going to see some impactful weather. That's where by October 28th, actually, let's reverse that a little bit. This is October 27th, and this is showing some hefty snow here in North Dakota and South Dakota. And we're going to show you them. I'm going to show you the amounts in a second, but then we have another reinforcement of Arctic air behind that, and just some very Arctic air here in the northern plains of the USA going to be lurking here. Let's take a look at our GFS 10-day snowfall outlook, latest run, and this is going from now until November 1st, and we see a foot of snow, over a foot here in Montana in some places, but pretty much in the non-mountainous areas and then plainy areas, we're going to see up to 8 to 12 inches. Major winter storm, and it's not even Halloween yet, guys. I think that's a sign that we're going to be in for a big winter. Let's take a look at the Jamstack weather model forecast and see what that says for this winter, okay? Because, again, its October run has come out, and it's forecasting a Modiki El Nino to be over the Pacific Ocean from November to January, and even from, let's see here, from December to February. And what that does is it's pretty simple. It creates a lot of cold air. It just creates it in the eastern USA. It creates a trough of cold air, colder air, warmer than average. But the unique thing about this Modiki El Nino is that it's going to extend all the way to the western Rocky Mountains. It's not just going to be east based in terms of the cold we see in the USA this year. It's going to be west and east based. We're going to have a negative PNA and a negative NAO setup this winter, with a block here in Greenland, probably a negative EPO as well. And this is a combination of all the major computer models of the Jamstack site and from December through February. So this is not just one stray run. This is a combination of all models here in this output. So this is a good indication that we will see a bad winter this year. Again, we're seeing major cold here. Let's take Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, for example. And the Jamstack is forecasting temperatures to be 2 degrees below average for the entire winter. Now, that might not seem like a lot on the surface, but it is a lot, because we're talking about the whole winter being that cold, which means we're going to get some very cold air to make it that cold for that long of a time. And again, even in the west, we see this 2 degrees below average. So this is not a light cold winter. This is a hefty cold and snowy winter that is forecasted on the models. I believe the Farmer's Almanac is right on with that, and we're going to get to that. Let's take a look at the Farmer's Cold Winter Forecast for winter. Let's do 2023, 2024. Let's take a look at this. Okie dokie. I can't find it, guys. Actually, yeah, let's take a look at that. But we're going to find... Oh, here we go. Here we go. So here, cold and snowy in all these areas. They nailed it, guys. They even got the West right. They even got the West right. No one was forecasting that until now. They got some accuracy going with them. And the Jamsec is now forecasting cold in the West. I don't know what their magic is, but they know how to forecast weather. The Farmer's Almanac centers. But again, cold and snowy from all the way from Maine, New York City, Boston, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. I've never seen this big of a winter forecast that shows this much cold and snow in a long time. I don't even know. The only winter I've seen close to this was the winter of 2010 and 11, and that was probably the worst winter I've seen in my lifetime in terms of the USA winter. I mean, there's been winters in Cleveland that have been worse, but we're talking about like the whole USA as a whole country outlook. And again, cold and snowy in Montana, Idaho. Just look at the picture, guys. It's crazy. Let's take a look at our NAO. Because again, the NAO has been negative, and this is another indicator that we're going to see a snowy winter and a cold one. It's been negative predominantly since July 1st. And now it's forecasted to remain neutral, not even go positive, even though it's getting up there. It's still not going positive, which to me, it's going to drop negative again. We have so many factors going in favor for us this winter. Let's take a look at NOAA's 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. Look at this. Ugh. October 22nd, latest forecast. Basically, I'm going to paraphrase here. These are Arctic temperatures here in the Dakotas, in the plains, especially North Dakota and South Dakota, Minnesota, Montana, but especially these two Dakotas. This is below 32 weather. Already we're seeing before Halloween. Guys, we're in for a bad winter here. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for much long range weather content in the making. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and all my supporters out there. Please feel free to share. Thank you.